how sometimes you get home from work and you just feel like laying on the sofa? This is one of those nights, but it's November 1st. It's sunny. It's nice out. I just have, like my vest on and a long sleeve shirt, and I'm perfectly warm. Matter of fact, if I move around too much, I'd probably get sweaty. So it's good while I got the chance to have nice weather to get out here and do some things. I definitely need to get these gourds down, so I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do before it gets dark. It is, let's see, we got home about 4:30, so I messed around for 45 minutes. It's 5:15, and I think we only have like an hour of daylight left right now. It's right before daylight savings time, so I think after daylight savings time it'll already be dark at this time. Anyway, Philip is on the mission of collecting more clippings for composting. He's really good about that, and I guess we probably need to have one last mowing before the season's over anyway. So on to gourd picking. I have some extra chicken wire or hardware cloth, and I was gonna fashion a little tray, put that over it. I was really not feeling it today, so I have a box, and I'm just gonna put my gourds in the box, and then I'll put them on the back porch. When you cut a gourd, you want to leave enough of the stem so it can dry fine. This one's got a little spider web on the bottom. I think I'll wipe him off. It's got a little mold already, but that's fine. It's gonna dry. It's gonna be okay. That mold's not gonna do anything to it, I think. Guy. Have to find some stuff to do with little teeny tiny gourds. Maybe that'll become an ornament or something. We'll see. Look at this big guy. So these were all from the same seed packet. Matter of fact, they're grown on the same vine. So they're birdhouse gourds, and I expected them to be a lot smaller. But this one's kind of big. I've seen so many creative ideas to do with gourds, and I really haven't done much of anything besides make some birdhouses. And I'll show those to you in a bit here. So one plan for my gourds I've been promising my friend Vonda that I'm going to make her a purple martin house. And I think these are more of the size that I'm looking for. This one's a little bit too tiny. But I need to set aside about 10 to 12 purple martin house size gourds. And then they like to live in colonies. And I believe a purple martin, the hole for the house should be 1.5 inches to 2 1/4. Nothing bigger, because the other birds can get in there and mess with their nest. So I have to see if this guy is big enough for that. Oh, is that what you're doing in the garden? You're hiding the deer rack that you found. Oh, that's not a good hiding spot, is it? What are you doing, Roxy? What do you think about that? She's not sharing, is she? We'll just put these gourds around back. I like the way our pond is looking. Not that it's changed much at all since we added the 5 grass carp. I think more of the lily pads are dying out than they're getting eaten. But I'm curious to see if those grass carp are going to help clean this lily pond mess up. I mean, they're really pretty until they take over the whole dang place, and then you kind of feel weird about swimming in the pond. But we feel okay with swimming in the pond as long as we don't have a bunch of weird things touching our feet and our hands. This is one of the bird houses that we made with last year's gourds. We didn't have a whole bunch of them. I think I planted a seed or 2. So these are ladle gourds, and they kind of grew up, and we actually are using some of them for ladles. But I'll be putting these gourds back here to dry. That'll be just one of the many places that need to be cleaned up. Gourd delivery number 1. Let's see, this one's too big for purple martin houses. We'll have to do something else with those. But these might make good purple martin houses. Too small. He's gonna go over here. Too big. These might just be about right. Not going to stand up. This guy's too little. I think these guys might be a little bit too small. This guy too. I got 4 big ones, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think these are good purple martin house size, and these are just a little bit too small. We'll do other things with them, but let's go get the next load. There's Jasmine, my poor dog. She's 12 and a half. Just in the last 2 weeks, she has gone from, just seeming a little bit stiff to kind of dragging her back right leg. a little bit. Oh, she looks pretty mobile. I give her anti-inflammatory pills twice a day, and I give it to her in the morning, and then I give it to her when I get home from work, and I can see it takes effect, and she's able to move around a little bit more. So that makes me feel better. Tomorrow I'm gonna pick up some joint supplement. I have a friend who has a dog that's maybe a little bit older than Jasmine, and he also has a bit of mobility issues, and so Dasequil is the joint supplement. Oh, that hiding spot's not gonna work either. Where are you gonna go with that? What you gonna do with that? You gotta find a good spot, huh? Should I not be filming where you're hiding it? You're gonna have to hide it again. Where are you gonna go, huh? Are you concerned if Roxy's gonna find out where your stash is? Yeah, I'd be concerned about that too. Okay, I'm not gonna look. You figure out where you're gonna hide that. I won't tell anybody, okay? Next year, I'd like to get a cattle panel and do like an archway. In fact, I can go here. You know, kind of do like an archway over this way and have the gourds grow under the archway. My friend's daughter did that. I've seen pictures on Facebook. Unfortunately, I haven't been down there to see them lately. They live about 3.5 hours away from me. But I think it's super cool. She grew lots of gourds, and I'm curious what she's gonna do with those. Did I tell you that my corn crop isn't always very good at all? I think I give up on growing corn in my little garden here. I mean, this is the only garden I have. It's a nice day, and man, we have lots of ladybugs. I'll have to show you some of our ladybug infestation. Anyway, I am not growing corn in this area. I figured if my sister-in-laws, I've got one to the north and one to the south, maybe we'd like to get together and do a patch together, and that would be fine. But number one, I do not want to spend like 5 weeks trying to collect corn, prep corn, can corn, freeze corn. I just don't want that much corn. But you know, I like my tomatoes because I use tomato sauce all the time. We really don't eat a lot of corn here. I guess I could pick some and give it to the pigs, but that seems like a lot of work. Some gardening stuff is a lot of work. And I just don't want to make myself work that hard. Although I love the idea of growing our own stuff. Like if I could grow my own things to feed our pets and feed ourselves, that's spectacular. It feels more green, feels more sustainable, and I mean, it's just something that you can be proud of too, because you're like, look, I started with a little tiny seed and I grew this big plant, and now I can pick it and eat it, and that's fantastic. I love that about gardening. It's like you know, the ultimate project. When you finish it, you're like, woo! Especially if your stuff grows nice and it's big and it's fat and it's delicious. That's fantastic. We every year say next year's garden is going to be better, and it is usually. I mean, the exception of you know, the year that I broke my wrist, that was a bad garden year, but other than that, we keep improving. I'm going to show you a gourd that is not going to be saved. Oh, yeah. This little squishy guy. I don't know if you can see it. He's very squishy. It is not going to get harder. He will just be squishy. And I apparently am done talking. So on a mission to get some leaves pulled into his garden, power garden. I've grown some really great tomatoes here. For 2 years I had bottom rot on my tomatoes, and come to find out it is from a lack of nutrients. I think it's mostly magnesium, maybe calcium. But this year we had composted pretty well. I think we tested last year and added stuff, and I don't think we tested after that. So this year we've got some things that we have a kit that we can test with, and I will share that with you when we do that. But tilling in the leaves is a really great way to build up the nitrogen, the potassium, and the other keyword that I cannot remember right at this moment. I still need to deal with my strawberries. At this point, I kind of don't want to mess with them so much. Maybe I will just add a few to them. I need to weed them out at any rate. Anyway, he's on a mission to get stuff done before the sun sets. I'm on a mission to get my gourds out before the sun sets. And we put some up here. And I think I'm going to get 10 birdhouse gourds out of the ones that I have. So, fan-freaking-tastic. So I've already brought back 2 boxes of gourds, and because I'm lazy and I don't want to carry 2 or 3 more boxes, I found this little wheelbarrow type thing, little gardening cart. Take those back to our table. Don't fall out. Jasmine, what happened to your antler bearing plan? Roxy, are you chewing on the antlers? Did you steal Jasmine's antlers? You probably found them anyway, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, we've got all the gourds that grew this year. Let's see, all of them did pretty good. I think I had 2 squishy ones, which I added to the compost pile. And then I had, the dog stole one, and it's a ball out in the yard somewhere, which apparently they do not play ball like humans do, and if you roll it to them, it kind of freaks them out. It's still kind of heavy. When they dry, they're really light, but before they're dry, they're still a little bit heavy. They're a lot bigger than I thought they would turn out to be, so I'm not really looking for Purple Martin mansions, but I kind of feel like I got a lot of bigger ones than I have smaller ones. This one's a little bit squishy too. Just the top so far, so But I'm going to do a little scientific experiment. I don't know if you can see that. That gives a little bit more. I'm going to let this guy stay out and dry, and possibly it'll harden up. I don't think it will. I think it's just going to go in the compost pile, but um, we're always about scientific experiments. So this is the one that we're going to find out if it'll harden up. I don't think it will. So I'm kind of sizing these guys up. These are the larger ones, and then I got a few larger ones on this side. These from here over, so you get to these small ones. Those are my potential purple martin houses. Like I said, I don't want to build purple martin mansions. I don't know why I can't say that altogether. But it's covered under here. I mean, it might get rain in from the sides here, but this is pretty much undercover, and I think that'll be nice. It'll get airflow here. I'll have to come out here and check the bottoms. I might need to put some cardboard or some paper, or maybe even spend the time to put some mesh on top of some wooden frames and elevate them a little bit so they can get some airflow under them. But I know based on last year, these guys will be out here all year until probably March or April, and they will not be dry enough to do anything with them until then. So I know I always hate when I watch YouTubes and they're like, oh, wait for the thing, and it's another 6 months we'll be able to do something with them. But yeah, that's just the way it is. They take an awful long time to dry. You didn't hide your bone? Did you hide your antlers? You're not disclosing the location? I see you have mud on your nose, so I know you've done something. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. Subscribe and keep an eye out for the next one. Have a lovely day.